So you're telling me I can get full commission or I can take the base salary? Let me think about that one. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you on this bright and it's Monday, right? It's Monday morning? Yeah, bright and early Monday morning. And I'm so stoked to have you here and to be able to have this opportunity to discuss this topic with you. But before we dive into the episode, I got to give some shout outs. I want to give a shout out this week to a few people from LinkedIn. Adam, thank you so much for the connection. Brian, thank you so much. Amy, keep selling those antiques, girl. I know you're going to be doing some great things out there. Also, Andre, thank you so much for the connection. I look forward to hearing from you and keep having a good time in the world of application sales. And also, I want to give a big shout out this week to George. Thank you so much for connecting with me, George. I appreciate it. And I hope that you continue to find great success as you're out there in your region as a territory manager. So congratulations. If you would like to connect with me, you can go ahead and find me on LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly. You can find me on Twitter, Donald C. Kelly. You can also find me on Instagram, Donald C. Kelly. Feel free to also connect with us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, and it's the Sales Evangelist. I would love you to like the page. That would be greatly appreciated. You can give me an early Thanksgiving gift, even though we don't give gifts on Thanksgiving, but you get the point. You can also go ahead and connect with us on our Facebook group. This is the Sales Evangelizers. Let me tell you about this group. About a year ago, I decided to connect and I chat with folks out there in the listening community, asked them if they would like to have this group. And they said yes. And this is a place where listeners can come to and you can see other listeners chat, share thoughts and insights, ask questions, build strategic alliances, and just have a good time. So if you'd like to see other listeners, other friends out there listening to the Sales Evangelist podcast, go to Facebook and search for the Sales Evangelizers. One of the administrators will add you to the group. Would love to have you there. So check it out. Also, for those who would like to get a little bit more training, if you want to get a little bit more on your, improve your sales skills, you got to check out TSE Hustlers League. You have to check it out. This is my new baby. It is fun. I like it. The premise behind it is that everyone needs sales training. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, how long you've been in sales. We all need to get improvement. Or if you're brand new, you need to get some kind of training. $37 a month is not going to break the bank. You can check it out. See if it makes sense to you, how we have it structured, how we have it outlined. This is an organization like this helped me to become successful at sales. And I just know that foundation of the camaraderie, the challenges, the games, the competition, being with like-minded individual is something that helped me to get the proper training, to bring on the experts that we have. We have some committed already and we'll add the names of those who are committed. It's going to be pretty neat. So I'd love for you to check it out. TSE Hustlers League. Just go to thesalesevangelist.com. Again, thesalesevangelist.com/hustlers. Thesalesevangelist.com/hustlers. So the question at hand today, I get this all the time. If for people who are looking for a sales job, they might be asking, should I go for a full commission job? Should I go for something with a base salary? And opinion, I'm going to share my opinion today on this topic. The most important thing for you to understand is that your situation may be totally different than mine or than George or Jeffrey or Amanda or Elisa's. Everyone has a different circumstance, different time in their life. So let's break them down a little bit. Typically, and I've done them both, and I've done the quasi mode. I've done jobs where it was full commission. I've also done jobs where it was partial commission, where you earned a commission and base. And then I've done jobs where it was just all about the base, no commission. And these were things that I've done early on in my selling career when I was a young whippersnapper. I worked with a IT training class company. We sold IT training classes, MCSE, CA+, and so forth. Some of the classes range from $1,000 up to $25,000. So during my quote unquote summer tracks, I would take off from school and I'd work with this company, and it was good. I believe over my tenure was over $500,000 in revenue that I brought in while I was in college with the company. So it was pretty exciting. It was a good little gig that I was doing. The problem was I had full salary because I was afraid. When I first started, I had the option. I wasn't too confident in my selling career or selling abilities. So I had the option if I wanted to do full commission and earn based on my, percentage of my commission, or I can do a base salary. So being the cautious individual, I went with the base salary. Granted, looking back on it, I wish I would have done the full commission. I probably could have performed a little bit more and earned a little bit more money, but I went with the base, which wasn't too bad itself, I was able to buy my car in college and was able to help my family and to be able to take care of myself, which was pretty awesome. It was refreshing to be able to do that. Other jobs I've done, door-to-door security, where it was totally full commission. So now you learn from your past, and door-to-door commission, I've seen other friends, it was very lucrative. It wasn't too crazy for you to make $40,000 in a summer. It wasn't that crazy. So I did that, and it was literally you had to hunt in order to eat. You couldn't sit back. You did not have this base salary. There's nothing. You had to make it happen. So this week, if you need money, you have to sell. And that's the thing that comes with that type of industry, with door-to-door sales or with a full commission. In each of these circumstances, each of these situations, I was single. I didn't have a family, didn't have any other worries really to take care of but myself. That's just plain and simple how it was. For some people, it may not be that easy. You may have kids, you may have student loan debts that you have to pay off, you have mortgage that you have to pay, so you need something. And that's where a lot of individuals who are, post-college, they're trying to find something. They may have a little family. They want to make sure to get something that can give them the structure, give them some stability. So that's where the base comes in with commission. And most jobs, they have a situation or a structure like this. Usually, though, if you go for full commission, you probably have a little bit of change in your pocket already that you can live off of until you get your ramp-up phase. And I guess it all comes down to how long it takes you to close a deal with this company. So say, for instance, if you sell a complex software that takes probably a year and a half, and it's, $500,000 or $100,000 for a typical sale, it may be wise to get something that you can have a ramp-up period in, unless you have some savings, some stuff you can live off of, or a family member that can, your wife or somebody else that's working to help you as you're getting started. But usually that commission is the commission percentage you get on a full commission tend to be higher than it would be with a base salary, in my experience. You got to look at it from the business side. They have the base salary, it's overhead for you, for an expense. Here's something that you could look at. If you start ramping up, you have a base salary in your contract, maybe you can negotiate at the beginning. Say you want to have a base salary, but you want to have a gradually declining base over a period of time. If you understand the industry, you understand that it takes 6 months to really start getting going. Maybe you can say, you can start decreasing my base if you start increasing the percentage I get back on commission. Make sense? This way you can take a lot more of the cut from the commission job. So if you're selling something that's $100,000 and you are at 6%, but if you were to negotiate to say, hey, what if I was able to cut back on what I'm getting for my base salary gradually, and then after 6-8 months, then I can make my way to full commission where I'm getting 10 or 12% or higher amount back from a deal. I mean, some companies may be willing to do that. It just depends on how much you are willing to hustle and how much you're willing to negotiate, because it could be a great proposition for you. For the company, again, they cut off the overhead, just one less person that they have to dish out so much for with payroll expenses. And you can also do the idea too. You might say, just make me a 1099 if that's the case. If you're really that confident selling that much, you can go 1099. The company will pretty much treat you as a outside vendor or a consultant in a sense, and that you get a large portion of your commission every month. And now you don't have to worry about all the other things. You can negotiate things that I don't have to come into the office every day, and that I can work from home or whatever. But again, you have to have a proven record to show this. So I would say start off working with the company, show your worth. And then when they see this, they're like, holy cow, this Amanda is killing it. And she wants to go full commission and she wants to be a 1099 worker, then I know she's going to do the work. So let's give her this opportunity and make sure she goes out and kill it. Arm her with the things she needs. Sometimes you can negotiate to still get some kind of health plan, but again, it's just an idea. So those are my feelings on that. I've done all of them. For me, if I was just coming out of college, needed to get started, I would get something with a base. If it's an industry I'm familiar, base salary plus commission. And then as I listen to the Sales Evangelist and increase my sales and join TSE Hustlers League and I improve and I become this awesome seller, then I may negotiate to have a declining base with an increase in my commission and commission percentage. So then I can know that I'm going to hustle and make it myself. Understand the buying cycle is important of the product you're selling, and understanding that there may be times of the years that are lower than some. Maybe they have budgets if you're government that you're working with. But either way, it's an awesome proposition if you really, really want to hustle to gain more money. As a 1099 worker before, what I did was I made sure that I got a really good accountant that was able to help me to make sure that I was taking care of all the tax needs that I needed to. And it just made sense for me at that time with the full commission job. So it was less overhead for the company and it was better off for me in the end. Hope it makes sense for you. With a good accountant, you can be taken care of. And if you need to do the base salary with commission, I understand you got to do that. I do that. Most people do that. Some companies just still keep you with the base salary plus commission. And the base salary, once you start making commission pretty well, the base salary just becomes like a cherry on top that you kind of just get. And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And that was always great as well when you just got to check and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that because you're focused, on your commission that you were getting. So there's some options there. You can really think over that, analyze it and discuss it with your family, see what's best for you guys, and then go from there. But I hope that was able to help you. Hope that made some sense. I hope that you gained some insight and that it was able to kind of, give you some better understanding. But I would just stay clear of individuals. And this is one last thing before I go. I mean, I've seen individuals who were pretty much con artists and they chased the base. They weren't really salespeople. They were con artists and they didn't stay in companies for more than 3 months. All they were doing was just hopping jobs and chasing the base salary. If they can get a large base, they can swindle around and not do anything. And I think that's kind of a disgrace to the art of selling. Again, to each his own, people do what they need to do. But for me, I want to make sure that I'm going to be in something that I can be ethical in, that I can give value to an organization, that I'm not robbing them of their time or wasting their time. So most people are not like that. But, stay clear of individuals like that. Don't just chase the base. You need to get something to secure yourself, but you need to also improve because your money is going to truly come from that commission. So hope that was able to help you. Hope that you brought some value to you today. As you go out this week, I want you to go out and just hustle. Think like you have full commission and that if you don't work, that you don't eat. You really got to think like that. So as you go out this week, I encourage you to work hard, work effective, plan your days, and just go out and do big things.